Alright, let's begin with the fundamental rights. Fundamental rights are mentioned in Part 3 of the Constitution of India. Articles 12 to 35 describe the various fundamental rights available to the citizens of India. They are inspired by the Bill of Rights of the Constitution of USA. Because fundamental rights are an important part of the Constitution, the Part 3 is described as the Magna Charta of India. They uphold the equality of all individuals, the dignity of the individual, the larger public interest, and the unity of the nation. So why are they called fundamental? Two reasons. First, they are guaranteed by the fundamental law of the land, the Constitution of India. Second, they are essential for the all-round development of an individual. Fundamental rights are meant for promoting the ideal of political democracy. Democracy means rule of people. So, political democracy essentially means that all political decisions should be in the interest of citizens of India. The larger public interest must always be the guiding principle in governing the nation. In this sense, fundamental rights act as a limitation on the lawmakers and the government of India, that is the legislature and the executive. Simply put, while making any law, the legislature has to take care that the fundamental rights of the citizens are not infringed. Otherwise, the law becomes unconstitutional. Similarly, the government must conduct its policies without infringing the fundamental rights. In case these limitations are crossed by the executive and/or the legislature, then citizens can directly approach the Supreme Court, the judicial arm of the nation. Thus, fundamental rights are justiciable as one can approach courts in case they feel their rights are infringed. Earlier there were 7 fundamental rights, but by the 44th Amendment Act of 1978, right to property was deleted from the list of fundamental rights. Right to property is now a legal right under Article 300A. So how is a legal right different from a fundamental right? A legal right is guaranteed by a law passed by the Parliament, so it can be removed by changing or scrapping the law itself. But no law can remove a fundamental right, as any law that violates the fundamental right becomes unconstitutional. So if removing a fundamental right is unconstitutional, then how was the right to property removed from the fundamental rights list? Well, they did so by amending the Constitution itself. Can they do so for other fundamental rights? Only if it doesn't affect the basic structure of the Constitution. We shall cover the basic structure later, but for now, let's look at the 6 fundamental rights. Right to equality, Articles 14 to 18. Right to freedom, Articles 19 to 22. Right against exploitation, Articles 23 and 24. Right to freedom and religion, Articles 25 to 28. Cultural and educational rights, Articles 29-30. Right to constitutional remedies, Article 32. We shall discuss each of these articles in the upcoming videos. Stay tuned.